Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I did an Instagram poll today asking you guys what you like to see for my first video, and the two options were fall look and 10-minute makeup. You guys chose fall look. If you did choose 10-minute makeup, don't be sad because I will be doing that video soon, so stay tuned. And if you want to see how I got this look, let's get right into the video. Okay, so first I'm going to go in with primer. You don't have to prime your skin. It just, depending on what primer is, some of them, like mine, gives you more of a dewy look. Some of them will keep your makeup on longer. It really just depends. It's just a base for your foundation. So the one that I'll be using today is the MAC Strobe Cream. Gives you more of a dewy look. I do have dry skin, so that helps with that. But if you have oily skin, I wouldn't recommend this one. I would recommend like a matte one or something that like the Benefit Professional. So next I'm going to go in with my foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. My shade is the Y235. If you do go in to get makeup, don't test on your hand because your hand is a different color than your face usually. So if you test it on your neck, I would recommend doing that. So then I'm going to go in with my concealer. The concealer I use is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Beige. It's a little too light for me, but I make it work. I don't want to go buy another one because it's pretty expensive. It is extremely full coverage for a concealer, so I don't apply a lot. I did use is not full coverage. I don't like the full coverage foundations because they gave me like a cakey feel and I don't like that, so I go for the more medium coverage ones. Okay, so next I'm going to set my face. I'm going to be using my Airspun Loose Powder. They do have different shades, so if you're thinking you're just going to get a translucent shade, I would look at the back, which will say it. Mine's translucent extra coverage. I don't think it gives me any extra coverage, but I'm not going to bake under my eyes just because I do have dry skin, so I don't like the cakiness feel. But I will go over it because you don't want your concealer to crease. Bronzer. It is bronzer plus contour. And I'll show you what the inside looks like. The inside looks like this. The shade is a little too dark for me now, but I deal with it. It's fine. It's very pigmented, so once you dip into it a little, it's gonna like, yeah. But I dip into both of them because I like the shimmer. Yeah, see, I literally barely tapped into it. But when you contour or bronze, I don't use different products for the same thing. But you want to do it like where your cheekbone is. You don't want to drag it down or drag it too far up because you're trying to like hollow out your cheekbones is really what you're doing with contour. And then I don't contour my nose, but I will just go over it very lightly with my brush just to give me some color back there. And then I will do my jawline. I just define my jawline. Like you can see the difference. I will now use blush. So the blush I'm using is the Tarte Parte. That's what it's called. I got this as like a free gift. I don't know. But I like it. I don't really use blush that often just because I don't really like my cheeks to be rosy. But when you do use blush, I wouldn't do it just like right here. I would go back with it because if you have blush just in the center of your cheeks, it may look a little weird. I mean, if you like that, you can do that, but so for my highlight, I'm going to be using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone. With your highlight, you're going to place it above your bronzer. I like highlights, so I use a lot, but you don't have to. It's like a little L shape. And then I will do my nose. Do above my forehead. On my forehead, above my eyebrows. My chin, and then my Cupid's bow. And why I put it up here is because I do have dry skin and I feel like giving you that glowy look makes it not look so dry. So that is why I love highlighter. Okay, so next I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Blonde. This is my brush. I think it's my NYX. It wore off, yeah. It's just a dual-ended brush. Have to do my brows up close, so I'm going to use my here. When I do my brows, I start right here and go down. Not all in one stroke because I don't like them to look stenciled in or anything. Then I will go above because I have like sparse area right there. Above my brow, and then I fill it in a little and then I brush it through. So I'm going to tell you how I do it because I'm going to fast forward through this part because it takes me a while. Gel, just by Sheila. I don't know how to say that, but I got it in my Ipsy bag. Sometimes they're just like random brands, but it's really good. and you brush them up, and then those, when I get towards like over here, I'll kind of tame them down. You don't want to just go like one stroke because it's not going to look natural, which is what I want to go for. Okay. So then next I will use eyeshadow. So I'm going to be doing a fall look, so it's going to be like smoky brown. I don't really like blacks and silvers, so I like the bronze. And just because I'm not doing it dark, you don't have to do it dark, and just because I'm maybe doing it a little too dark, you don't have to do it that dark. Just do it to your whatever you want to do it to. And the two eyeshadow palettes I'll be using today, the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, and this is her original one, and then she did like a collection, so it's Morphe times Jaclyn Hill, Ring the Alarm. So also, whenever I watched makeup tutorials, I would always be like, oh, I need to buy that palette because they're using that color if I want to get that look. But no, don't think that. Like, if I'm just using a brown color, find any brown that you have. But this palette is really good because it has like almost every single color. It's really worth your money. I think it's $30 or $29. Definitely, I love this, and they're super pigmented and they last you a long time. Clearly. But that's what it looks like. Yeah, don't look at my purple. It's really bad, but that's what it looks like. That is her first palette, and this is one of her collection ones. That is what that one looks like. These are more fall colors too. Okay, so first I'm going to start out with a fluffy brush to do my transition color. And this brush is by Morphe. I've used it so many times that the number came off, but it's part of the rose gold collection, so I'm going to go in with, can't even see, with this color. It's called, it's backwards. Okay, wait, this is confusing me now. They're backwards. No, I didn't even know that. Okay, now I got it. Silk Cream. It's called Silk Cream. So I just dip it in there, and then I'll tap off my excess and go in the crease in back and forth motions, and I'll do some circular motions. You don't want to go in with a super dark color first, just because it's not gonna blend together well. That's why it's called your transition shade. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. So next I'm going to go in with the color right below it called Pooter. P-O-O-T-E-R. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And I will do that in my crease, but I don't want to go like all the way in there just when I start, because I'm focusing the darker colors on the outside of my eyelid. Do that to my other eye. I use this brush for almost every blending just because it is a really good blending brush. Blending brushes are more fluffy, if you can't tell. But my next brush I'm going to go in with is a Eco Tools brush. It's actually my sister's, but don't tell her. So I'm going to go in with this maroon shade right there. Let me see what the color is. Roxanne, I believe. No. 2, 3. This is really hard. It's backwards. Hilster. Oh, it's Jax. Okay, Jax. That's what it is. Alright, so I don't like too much red because it may put off that I have like a black eye and a hint of red. I did that before and it did not look good. But you know what they say, you learn from your mistakes. So once I pack that on, I will take my blending brush again and just blend that out because I don't want it a harsh color, but I still want the like tint of red. And I'll do the same thing. I'm going to go into the Ring the Alarm palette. I'm going to use the color Secret. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush and put that on the outer corner of my eyelid to deepen that outer corner up. Take that across. Yeah, and I have no fallout so far, which is good. The Jaclyn Hill palettes are really good, so they don't give out much fallout. But some other palettes, you might want to do your eyeshadow first before you do your foundation, because you get really bad fallout. Okay. So I'm going to go in with the darkest brown in the Jaclyn Hill palette. Almost the darkest brown. Okay, no, it's not the darkest brown. It is called Mocha. I'm going to use this on this brush. It looks like this. It's a more compact brush. It's by Mika Beauty. I don't know how to say that. And I'll put that in my crease as well to darken that up more. Lastly, I will take my blending brush and blend those just one more time. Okay. Then next I'm going to be using a shimmer color. Since this is more of a bronzy look, we'll go with a bronzy shimmer. So I'm going to use more of a golden shade. So I'm going to mix this color called Queen, and I will mix it with this color called Obsessed. First, I'm going to wet my brush with the Mario Badescu facial spray. It is the rose water one. I have this one, and I do have the Morphe setting mist, but I like to use the rose water just to wet my brush. When you do wet your brush, it gives more pigment off, but you don't want to like soak it in water because that's going to ruin your eyes. I look that you just created, so I just give it like 2 good spritz, and then I will dip into that gold. And then I will apply that. Yeah, it's a lot easier than having to like dip back into your dip back into your palette a bunch of times, and it looks way better from my personal experience. So I'm going to wet that brush with 1 spray this time, since it's already kind of wet, to my other eye. Great. I like to have more pigment like right here in the centers, because in the center of my eyelid, because it's like mostly where it'll shine, I guess. Setup is horrible. Scary. I do like shimmer. Not everyone does, but I really like shimmer. Okay, so then I'm going to take my fluffy brush again, and I'm going to go into the lightest shade that we used and just combine those together, the shimmer and the matte. I think that it looks better when you have it go from matte to shimmer, because when you're all just using all shimmer and glitter, I don't think you get like that clean look. So that's why I did use all mattes on my outside and then shimmer on my inside. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight my inner corners and my eyebrow. I will use this shade and this shade in light and beam. It gives you more of an awake look when you do this, but yeah. I love highlighting my eyebrow. Okay, so then I'm going to take my transition shade and just go over that, because sometimes you get a little too messy. Okay. Okay, maybe not. Alright, so I will show you a close-up of what my eyes turned out like. So this is the eyeshadow. It's a little more shimmery than it looks in the camera. But now I will do eyeliner. The eyeliner that I use is the NYC eyeliner. It is really good. I love using matte eyeliners just because shiny is not my look with eyeliners. This is what it looks like. I'm not going to do a wing today just because that's not really the look I want. Now I'm going to apply my fake eyelashes, and these are two separate kinds. I reused them and I just put them on the doubles. So they are by Ardell. I think that it's either Fox Mink or Faux Mink. Pretty sure it's Faux Mink. The Faux Mink are the best because they aren't like stick eyelashes, which like e.l.f. has those and I don't like them. But the ones that are, one of the pairs I'm going to use, which are the top ones, the 812s. So, and these do fit my eyes perfectly, so I don't have to trim them. But if you do need to trim them, I would trim the inside. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I usually trim the outside because there's a lot. As you can see, there's like, let me focus it. Okay, it's not gonna want to focus. There's more eyelashes on the outside that are longer, and there's only like one strand of short eyelashes on the inside. So that's why I do that. my glue that I will be using is the Duo Lash Glue. I've gone through like 4 of these because I used to leave my makeup bag in my car and it says do not freeze, and yeah, it froze, so it gets all chunky. I tried to microwave it, yeah, that didn't help. So I learned my lesson, but this lash glue is really good. I did use the House of Lashes. That's really good too, but it's expensive. This is pretty cheap, so. And I like the applicator a lot better than like the squeezy tubes, because when you use the squeezy tubes, it just like comes out, or you have to like apply it with like a Q-tip or something else. I put more eyelash glue on the sides, like the outer corners, just because that's like the hardest part to stick. I will let that get tacky. It turns like a bluish color. You can kind of see it when it gets tacky. You want it to get tacky so when you put it on your eyelash, it's not like slipping and sliding in and it will stick to it. So I just let that get tacky. You don't have to use tweezers, you can use your fingers. I just feel like it's easier to use tweezers. I actually have 3 different kinds of tweezers, but it's easier to use the tweezers because you can place it right on there. You can't see when I do it that way. You don't leave it there, so. And then I will put it on my inner corner, hold it there for a little bit, and then do my outer corner. It doesn't really matter which side you do. You can do your inner, outer first, and then I push it down. And as you can see, it's on my eyelid, not my eyelashes. When you glue it to your eyelashes, I feel like it doesn't stick as good because the glue's not made to stick to your eyelashes. It's made to stick to your skin. So I do that, and this glue does not rip off your eyelashes. Like whenever I take these off, it's no breeze. Like they just come off. Some of them you get, like if it's really cheap, it's just straight water. It doesn't really stick. And some of them are way too sticky and don't come off easily. I make sure that my inner corner is stuck good, because if the outer corner comes off, it's not really a big of a deal. But I do take my glue everywhere with me if I am wearing false eyelashes. So that's what that one looks like. I'm going to do my other side. So next I'm going to apply my mascara. The mascara that I have been using for like 2 years probably is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. People have told me like the knockoff versions of it, like the L'Oreal, I think it's called Lash Paradise. I used that. I didn't like that. It's not the same. I don't know. I don't really care if I spend the $23 on this mascara because it's good. It works for me. So it curls my eyelashes really good, and like it doesn't take a long time to get a couple coats on my eyelashes because it's like a thicker mascara, I guess. So I'm going to start with the side that I put on first, just so I can let this one dry. going to apply my lipstick. I have like a little sample size of it because I never use it because I don't really like matte lipstick or darker lipstick. It just doesn't look good on me. But for my fall look, I thought I should do darker lip. This is like nude, so it's a Tarte lip paint. This is actually really good, but sometimes they smell good. That's why I smelled it. Okay. I will turn back. So this is my final look. I hope you liked the video. I'm going to try and upload once a week, differing from makeup videos to vlogs to maybe like my nighttime routine, morning routine, just different stuff like that. If you want to be notified when I do upload, hit the bell. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. Thank you for watching.